see 2 deer here. Take it.
I see one.
I'm gonna blast them. That's a fawn. It's still got its spots. And I see a doe and another fawn out in the field.
Okay, can I wireless to see?
You see the ones way out there?
I don't know how to use these.
Here, hold on.
Where am I going?
We're walking down where we can cross right here. There's a doe out there. You see him? You gotta hold it really still. You see the doe and the fawn? So,
no deer.
I think our plan is we're gonna cut across this and look into the backfield back there.
How are we supposed to get across?
Yeah, hike through. So I told you to wear good shoes.
Yeah,
It looks like something's crossed here. I'll go first and see how wet it is.
Okay. Stay safe.
Your shoulder.
Are we safe? What? Can I come?
Alright guys, well Amelia and I, we are out here on some public hunting land here in our great state of Michigan, and we are currently walking the edge of a wood line trying to get out and see if we can find a good spot. This is an area that we've never been before, and it is late July. The purpose for us getting out today is not only to find a good spot, but to also set up some trail cams to see if we have any opportunity of spotting something good. Amelia, let's cut across through here. Now on our way in, we spotted this big 10-point buck, still in velvet, just a little ways, maybe a half a mile this way. Now, we're hoping, once we get through this, that if we get back there to the field just on the other side of these trees and we get our camera set up, that we might be lucky enough to spot something. Amelia, of course, as soon as we got out here, what happened?
I have to go to the bathroom.
She's got to go to the bathroom, so we're trying to make our way back to the wood line here so she can pee in the woods.
We packed toilet.
So we will check in once Amelia has gone to the bathroom. All right, guys, well, we just hiked probably 2 miles back here to get the perfect spot. Amelia, she's still glassing. We got all the way back here to this amazing spot where you can tell the deer are coming from the field across there over here to feed, which isn't the most ideal situation because we know most of this corn is going to be combined out before we get out here. So without a food source being out here, there's not really a particular reason for them to be coming this way. We came out way where this taller tree is, but we just got back here and there is a trail cam already right in the spot where we wanted to be. So I don't know, Amelia, that kind of defeats the purpose of us being here, because we then know that there's going to be another hunter in this area. So I think we're going to move over to the other side of the field where we saw the giant buck. I didn't want to get real close up to him because, again, I know that they're coming out for this food source, and once this food source is gone, they're gonna focus on staying in the woods. So not a huge benefit over here. There's quite a bit of dense woods behind us on this side. Over here, past this tree line, is another field, and I just don't see there really being any reason for that buck to be out here this way, again, once this is combined. But we'll see. We'll find an area, we'll get set up, and we'll go from there. I mean, fingers crossed we can find a pretty good spot, but that's one of the challenges of hunting on public land, is you never know what you're gonna see, who you're gonna see, or when you're gonna see it. But thankfully, I got this lady out here helping me today. She's doing a great job glassing, which is looking for deer, right?
Yes, and staring at my blurry dad with these.
So we're too close to one another.
Because we need to be close so we don't lose each other.
That's true. So we're gonna hike up this way. Once we get there, we'll check in with you guys again if we find anything, or if we got to change up our plan. But so far, this might not be the best best property to hunt this year, just because of the activity we've seen on it from other hunters. But we'll see. We'll check in with you guys. What do you think?
She's a big blur.
All right, let's keep moving. We're spooking her, but that's okay. We're heading up here to this corner.
She ran off, guys.
What did you see?
A fawn.
All right, we're making it closer to this section of the field. No, she's right there. I thought you said she ran off.
She did, and then she came back.
She's still there. Or he's still there, we don't know. I think this could be a promising spot. What do you think, Amelia? Well, I'm looking out there and I see an opening right there. That opening might be a good spot to set up our camera. It might be a little easier to hike out along those wood lines. So we're definitely going to scare the deer out today with the hopes that we'll get our camera set up. And when we come in October, we won't have this issue. So I don't know where it went. Probably back to find its mom.
There's two dogs and two fawns out there, which means there's a mama and a dada. Two pairs of mama and dadas.
I'll see if I can show you guys. Right there.
Thanks.
It's two big does and two larger fawns. So that is the field that we seen the large buck in. He was on the adjacent side. So it looks like this opening here is kind of where the deer are using to kind of cross through. I don't think any bucks are going to be dumb enough to do that, not any mature ones, but we are going to work our way up and check this corner out. We'll see if there's been any activity from other hunters, any trail camps, tree stands, anything like that. If not, I think we'll set up our camera here and we'll cross our fingers that this might work out. If so, we're parked now about 2.5 miles that way. We hiked up along the road, crossed into that field up, and then came out at that taller tree. We went around the perimeter here, crossed up, and this is where that fawn was. I'm really surprised it took off out there and just didn't spook those other ones, but he sure enough, or she sure enough is still there. Amelia's still doing a great job glassing. We're gonna spook them because we gotta head that way. But again, this is why we're hanging up our cameras early. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys, we're still glassing those two does and two fawns. But way down here on the edge of the tree line, it looks like a buck just came out. I'm not exactly sure if it's the 10-point or the 8-point that we seen when we came in, but kind of big body mass. So I'm gonna glass him here in just a second. He's walking out a little bit further. We'll see what he is, but I definitely think this could be potential for a great spot. The only concern I have is where this barn is up here. That little teeny area is not public hunting land, but all of this here around it is. So I'm gonna glass them out and I'll check in with you guys. Amelia's doing a great job down down there. So, I mean, I literally paused that recording, stood up to glass that buck, and 3 more deer walked out. So far, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 does, 2 fawns, and it looks like 1 or 2 mature bucks. I think the one that we're seeing out here is the 8-point, kind of larger antler growth, real tall, very typical. I definitely am liking this spot, so we're gonna find an area, probably somewhere here behind us, to set up our trail cam. I'd really like to make it up there, but I don't want to spook them off tonight. I don't want him leaving that area whatsoever. So I can tell right here behind us, it looks like it's an area where they're using for to get a tractor back and forth from that field to this field. So I'm not real familiar with how it works with public hunting land with the fields like this. I don't know if it's just left for deer habitat. This kind of looks like it is back here. This bean field over here, not really at all. I'm pretty sure they're going to get the beans out of here before they get the corn out. So it could be a good transition where they might start relying on this to cut through. I mean, looking back here, it's pretty dense. Not saying they wouldn't use it, but I don't see any trails that they've already established. So I'm going to go ahead and glass these guys for a few more minutes. If I get an antler count, I'll let you know. All right, so it is like development after development every time that I pause on you guys. We just had a Can-Am that went down this back road over here, and it just spooked them back up in the woods. I'm sure they'll come back out in a few minutes, but it was the 8-point and the 10-point. I mean, massive antlers, at least from what we could tell from glassing them. Did you see it?
We mean massive. Any eyes in it?
I'll be honest, that's probably some of the biggest bucks that I've seen around here. Both were still in velvet. I do want to make my way up a little bit further to see if I can find some kind of crossing where maybe they, maybe I'd have a spot to set up a blind. I'm not 100% sure. This is a completely new area to me. Yeah, we can. We just can't go up where the property is. Way over here, right around that house. Ready? They're moving through the woods behind us. There's another field. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? All right. I think we're gonna stop right here under this tree. I'm gonna check back the video that we took, but I think they were feeding right outside of here. So if that's the case, we'll go ahead and we'll get the camera set up pretty close to here. Sorry, my eyes are kind of darting everywhere because I don't want to miss anything, but I think this is gonna be a pretty fantastic spot. I think they're crossing through probably right here. I think it was right there. And they're going back into that cornfield, which is one for sure they're gonna harvest. So I don't know. It's not the most ideal spot, but if it's where the deer are, then we're gonna go with it for now. Doesn't mean that in a month that I might not come out here and move the trail camera. We have a cellular one that we're setting up with a solar panel, so it should last for quite a while. But I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna check that video footage, and then I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so after checking out the video footage, I think we had to come down a little bit further, which we did. And I kind of found this area. I don't think this is where they're crossing, but it looks like a good area for us two to cross. And it looks like there's a little creek or stream right here. We're gonna get down in there and look up and down it and see if we can't spot anything. I mean, honestly, they could be crossing right here as well. Could be alligators down here. Amelia's afraid she's gonna find bones. You gonna find a dead person?
Maybe.
All right. I'm gonna pause here so we can get down in here. We'll check it out. All right, guys. So we got a lot of deer tracks here. A lot of mud. Fortunately, it looks like some garbage there. There's a potential to be able to set a trail cam up right there, but there's just absolutely no way to be able to take a shot down here that would really be ideal. I mean, deer are going to be hopping through here to get out on the other side, so I might set the camera up somewhere over here. I don't know, we'll see. And then see if we could maybe set up a blind out where we were seeing them before, but it's a lot. Throw the stick in the water. Someone's Taco Bell cup. Beautiful, beautiful area though. We're gonna keep moving. And again, we hate to disturb this area, but it's much better to disturb it in July than what it is to do it in, let's say, late August or even September, with our plans of being out here early October. So again, it's probably hard for you guys to see, but a lot of deer tracks here.
Hey guys, if you come out here, you can actually see much better than watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, look at these tracks. So, deer. Yeah, that was a year thing. And what might be actually happening is when there's a loud vehicle or hunter, another deer. Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna just stay out here in the, just on the edge of the woods. We got another one. They're up there. He's standing on the edge. I think it's a case where they're just hanging out on the edge and then they're moving through. I think that was the buck. But you see, with that kind of behavior, they're not going to stop down here in the opening.
Deer tracks.
A lot of deer tracks. They're not going to stop down here in the opening for us to get an archery shot. So that's where we have to be very careful about this kind of stuff. And definitely, this is a deer crossing.
The sun is so bright.
Do you think this is a good spot to set up camera?
Yeah.
Let's just poke our heads out on this side, make sure we're not.
Yeah, this is where all the deer come from.
I think so. Oh yeah.
All deers come up first.
Binoculars. I think I see some. Here, you're recording.
Yeah.
You can't see them, you're not tall enough. Yep.
I'm being the short one in the family. Well, that's not the short one.
Couldn't tell what it was, but there's something a little ways up there. Yeah, it looks like they're crossing over to the grass at that point. So we're gonna go check that out and then we'll get our camera set up. All right, guys, well, I think we found the perfect spot, or at least as perfect as it's gonna get out here. A lot of deer movement through here. We have dense cornfield in front of some dense woods. We have this kind of divot in right here of trees, followed by some dense woods behind us. And this cornfield here, kind of a divot in of trees that go through here with the creek in there. And then we have the field, bean field on the opposite side where the deer are currently eating. That's where we saw the 10-point and the 8-point buck at. So I think they're crossing somewhere right here. Down the creek, and then right where we are, they're crossing and going back to the wood line here. So we kind of hung out in the spot for a little bit. You can hear the deer. We got our camera set up here along with a solar charger, so it will last with no sunlight, just the battery pack that's in the solar charger, about 2 months. There's not a ton of sun here. You can see this is a pretty shaded area, which is a nice place that we took a break at. But that should be enough sun for that system that we'll get at least another 2 more months out of this. So we should be good through October. I'm hoping that we'll see some good deer. We did elevate the camera a little bit. I tuck a stick behind it just to kind of get this this upper area. So hopefully we'll see deer that are kind of walking straight down here. We'll catch them as soon as they get to that opening right there. Kind of field of view, I think, came out to here and goes out to the cornfield a little bit. So that way, if there is something that's moving through here where Amelia is, they'll get picked up on the camera. I really do wish we had one more to set down in the creek, but we only brought the one with us today. Kind of a funny story. I can't find the other one right now. It's in our basement somewhere, so I'll have to find the second one. We put 2 out last year, but we were in a different county. We are brand new to this area, so I'm thinking setting up probably a deer blind right here. I can hear them coming down the creek line, but it's such a steep drop off that I don't think, as long as I'm being quiet and concealed enough, I don't think they're going to see me. And I think if they hop up and they start coming through here, I think this is a great lane to kind of get them to stop at, and I can get a good shot at. So, Amelia, what do you think? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right.
I'm just watching YouTube.
Yeah. All right. I will keep everyone posted with the pictures from our cellular camera. And other than that, we're going to get out of the woods and we're going to leave these deer alone finally. We just got to make it all the way back to our car, which is probably going to take us like an hour. So we'll hopefully have a video here posted soon. We got to do some garden update videos. Amelia's got a lot going on, right?
Sort of.
But other than that, this is the end of today's video. We will keep you posted with pictures and then when we actually get out here to hunt. So until next time, guys, keep it simple, keep it real.